Here I am trying to give you that inner space without making you close your eyes. Because whole day you can't live with closing your eyes. You are going to live with open eyes only. Unless you experience that consciousness with open eyes, it's not going to help you. So I am trying to give you that space of thoughtless awareness or dhyana with open eyes.
Swami, I just, for the past few months, I'm realizing that with everybody, I'm having this shaft. Every person I interact with, I have this shaft. It's either
Not
the
only
pain
everybody,
everything.
everything you have shaft.
Everything.
Only with shaft you move. Actually, when you are relaxing from the shaft, first thing you will feel you are handicapped. Your hands are tied and you can't do anything. Suddenly you will see beyond, without even shaft, you will be able to move. You don't have to think. You are just moving. You are living. Things are happening. But there is no shaft. Only that space I call enlightenment. But that can happen only suddenly. Till that happens, I have to make you sit and drive this truth inside.
But the thing is, pleasure, joy, I'm not able to feel that much. It's more of the pain, the guilt, and
pain, guilt, these things only create a strong shaft. When it comes to pleasure, you don't create any shaft. Usually, pleasure is such an experience, no shaft is created. Only after the pleasure, the idea about pleasure creates a shaft. When the pleasure itself, when it is happening, there is no shaft. No shaft is created. But after that, your memory about the pleasure, that will create shaft, that photographs. I told you, no? Sitting and playing with photographs. Be very clear. The moment you think of punishing somebody or the revenge, you will only be getting punished. See, the moment you decide to punish somebody, you reduce yourself as a human being. That is the biggest punishment which can be given to anybody. First you punish yourself, only then you punish others. See, the moment you decide you should punish A or B or C, you reduce yourself into a human form, which is not true. That is a big punishment you are giving to yourself. So according to me, punishing and all these things are just social game, life game. Let me be honest. See, according to the world, might is right. That is the only law with which everything works. And here, fighting is no way going to help. All right, you punish him, what is going to happen? You punish somebody, what is going to happen? He will come back with a bigger problem. He will create a little more problem. And nobody is going to keep quiet. Nobody is going to keep quiet. And he is going to give some more problem for you. Then what will you do? Then you will also try to create some more problem. Then it goes on. Finally, who proves might is right, who proves stronger than other person, he is going to win. When? After death. Till that, it can go on and on. It will never end. I tell you one important thing. The eye for eye. When you start living with the principle of eye for eye, the whole world will become blind. That's the only thing will happen. You will take somebody's eye, and from his group, somebody will take your group's one person's eye, and then it will become continuously. If the same thing goes on, whole world will become blind. That's all. Yes.
Keyword, they are uncontrollable.
They are uncontrollable. They are actually, when you are unclutched, it disappears. Maheshwara. So when you are unclutched, it disappears. In that angle, we can't say it is uncontrollable. We can say unmanageable. You can't manage them. At one point it can completely disappear or it can completely be there. But you can't manipulate them. Unmanageable. That word can be used.
That's right.
It just transforms.
That is the truth.
It just transforms, and I don't know, it's hard for me to put it in words, but it takes on a new dimension, really. That whole relationship takes on a new dimension, and you're able to just forgive everybody for everything.
That is the right thing. That's the right attitude, ma. That's the life. You see,
Yeah.
even if you think of punishing others, it is just a waste of time. One more thing, ma. The moment somebody does something wrong to you, the moment he does something wrong to you, that itself is enough punishment for him. Why he is doing wrong? Because he is suffering.
Yes.
He is already in hell. That is why he is creating
Hell
some
for
disturbance
you.
for others.
Right.
So that itself is a big punishment. There is no need to punish him separately.
Right.
There is no need to punish him separately.
So somebody like without us doing anything, they're doing harm to us. So it's so difficult to accept that fact.
See, one thing, ma. These are going to be in the life. These are going to be in the life. The very existence means you take birth mentally being prepared of all these fights which you are going to have here. Being in the planet Earth means you have to go through all these things. Not only for you, you think I don't have a problem? Sit in this chair, then you will understand. Sit in this chair, then you will understand. All the people who come and smile in front of me, what all they do behind my back, I know. No, I know, it is truth. People who fall at my feet in front of me, behind they will go and tell, no, nowadays not like earlier. Earlier it used to be very easy. Nowadays it is not like that. What all they behind the back they talk, I don't know. I know. And they think I don't know. These are all the usual drama. And this is what is life. So forget about it. At least if you are unclutched, then you are free. Otherwise, you will also have the same tension. And here you put some equation. You are and you are not as you are aware of your own space. Okay, Baba. I can use it somewhere in my lecture. Somehow I started this giving name. It has become a big job now. Not like you say, it's like now you have to use this name in the society. Some name, as long as you are alive. No. When I say being level, it is not enlightenment. It's another one kind of mental setup in the tree. All the three has to reach towards enlightenment. No, it is not a goal actually. But people make it as a goal. It is not a goal. If you understand, it is the very path is enlightenment. Yes. That's what I am saying now. This moment you can be unclutched. When you don't believe that you are unclutched, then you think you are bondage. You are bound. Yes. Yes, you see, it won't remind me, it will remind you the purpose of coming. You see, actually, the important thing, now you have to use some name in the society as long as you are alive. You are with the body. Instead of using some name, John, these, that things, if you use like this some spiritual name, constantly whenever you repeat that name, you know you are unclutched. Again and again you will be reminded that you are unclutched. So this became a big technique for enlightenment. That's all. But you can remember without this also. That's not a big thing.
Swamiji, a very difficult question. I don't want to bother you with this more problems, but this is a difficult question for me. I've always been pondering where the thoughts are created, where they get dissolved, and where they go, and what is the working of the mind. We call a no mind state, and if you do not know the workings of the mind and where the thoughts come and go, it would be difficult for me to. I will be walking on thin ice.
One thing, from where thoughts come, where they stay and where they disappear, that space is what I call as and now mind. When you are enlightened, you will understand you are not only that space. As and now, if you have 5-acre land, all the 5 acre is mind. Suddenly you will realize you have 5,000-acre land, only 5 acre is mind. That's what is enlightenment. You will have expansion. Only the 5 acre you have, and all the 5 acre is crowded with thought, means you will be suffocated as you are now. When you expand to 5,000 acre, only 5 acre is crowded, you won't feel suffocated in the enlightened space. This is the only difference, nothing else. I experienced joy like no other. When I saw the divine dance last night, I was totally unclutched. Oh God, there is one. Come on, I forgot to read it. You don't have to read this. Whose card it is? Yes. Who? You want to say something? Yes, yes.
I have a question. I attended the Life Plus program, and there we were told to do heart chakra every day, and the third eye chakra to do often. No?
What you are saying?
Oh. And then yesterday, when I was
Actually,
listening to you,
if you have the particular problem, you want to do that meditation, you are free, ma. Now, if you understand this one truth, do you really feel that your whole being is vibrating with this truth? You are able to understand what I am saying about the being unclutched?
right, that's why I was going to ask you.
Then, if you feel that you're completely filled with this truth, this is enough. Remember and just sit, being unclutched, this is enough.
So we
If
don't-
you are not able to feel with this truth, still you have some doubt, you are not able to trust this truth, then you have to go through the meditation. If you are able to feel connected to this truth, you don't need meditation. Swamiji, yesterday I was shy and afraid to ask questions. Today I am totally unclutched, a new man. Who is that person? That's nice. Only problem now I have 1,000 questions. Be unclutched from this also, the questions will disappear. I have such gratitude to you and all those who made this weekend possible. To those who cooked and served the food, to everyone involved, thank you. Yesterday in the naval meditation I felt much heat in the pelvis area. Can you talk about this? And see, if you have felt the heat, means that you had some problem that is getting healed by that energy. Whenever the energy release happens in that area, you will feel the heat. And please give us the atom bomb. Yes. Dearest Swamiji, are you removing morning and evening meditations for Anandagandha healers? Who is that Ananda Vinata? God. As long as you have your individual identity, try to do. If you really feel unclutched at that moment and you are not able to do meditation, don't do. That's all. See, if you feel unclutched, you won't be able to do meditation. Then don't do. If you are not feeling, if you are not having that experience of being unclutched, then do meditation. At least that will unclutch you. Teachings of God to His creations are love, peace, non-violence, compassion. How do you explain the way of Mahabharata when God himself was involved in that war? Could he not solve it by peaceful means? And let me answer this question. See, our idea about peace, non-violence, compassion, all these things are too small compared to the idea of existence. It's like a maybe balancing. So, we cannot say what Krishna did is a violence, what Krishna did is not peace. And one more thing, we don't listen to the divine all the time. So naturally divine has to do a little bit of balancing process. See, constantly we are disturbing the nature. So naturally what will happen? The nature has to manage itself, balance itself. So naturally what you think as natural calamities will start happening. So these are all just universal balancing. That's what I can say. During the meditation yesterday when we have lying face down, I felt an incredible connection to Mother Earth. Actually you will feel connected to the very nature itself. At first I felt a rapid pounding pulse beat from the navel and then it slowly calmed down. Then when we are sitting quiet, actually when you lie down in that pose, you will be able to trust the nature and relax from the body, unclutch from the body. That's why I told you to quietly. Right after that I felt an emptiness or void in the navel area. This morning I woke up in a slight stomach ache and I did this meditation and felt better almost immediately. You may not have felt the stomach pain, you must have felt something different in that area. You would have called that, you may name that as a pain. My current habit is when a negative thought comes up, I replace with positive thought. How long you will be doing this? Tell me. And again the positive thought will be replaced by negative thought. So it is just a cycle of birth and death. Do not try to replace thoughts. Just unclutch. That is the best way. Is the positive affirmation you're creating a shaft? Yes. This think positive and all these positive thinking teachings, all these things be very clear. It will create only more and more difficulty and side effects for you. I have seen people who started practicing this creative visualization, positive thinking and all these things end up in big mess. Consciously they damage themselves irrevocably. Please be very clear. They damage themselves too much. This creative visualization, this positive affirmations, all these things disturbs too much. Just unclutch, you are already ultimate positive. With current unclutchness, would you just say to self, be neutral about situation or thought? You don't have to be neutral. Whatever has to be done will be done by itself. Just trust you have intelligence to function without thinking. You are always afraid that you don't have trust to function without intelligence. That is why you are constantly thinking and never function at all. You are afraid that you will do some mistakes and finally commit big blunders. That's what is going on now with your life. Now trust yourself, you can live without thinking. I have many shafts, I worry for other people and their problems. Then if I tell myself I should not do this, I feel guilty for not worrying. What do I do? Who is that person? I think God has to take special incarnation. You see, your guilt is also shaft. Worrying for others is also shaft. When you understand you are connecting and creating which is not there, why don't you relax from it? Forget about it. Don't bother. My gratitude to you for your teaching me how to heal the foot pain I have had for many years. That is okay, but not only the foot pain, try to heal your very being itself.